Excellent.
Serious, I could not sleep last night. You know what I did to try and get to sleep? Do you know what I did to
What's
try and
that?
get to sleep? I
Play
watched,
Protoss?
no, uh, in hindsight I should have, yeah. Uh,
All right, let's get it started.
yeah, down here in the bottom right, the blue Zerg, she is MaddeLisk. I couldn't think of anything funny. I could not. And over here in the top left from SCS, she's the pink Zerg, Livibee.
CBC. So it'll be interesting to see how both of these players sort of approach the mind game meta to this. If somebody takes an early pool and just goes for it out of the gate, or whether they try to feel each other out a little bit to start. And looks like nobody's 10 pulling at the moment, so we do see
No?
overlords in production. So
That
that's the exciting. See, I like that in CVZ, you can immediately talk about something like, oh, are they going to 10 pull? And then they're not.
you
And
could do
then,
that in anything.
so
Or are they
we'll
going to
see where
10
they go
gate?
from
Or are
here.
they going to 2 racks?
End gate.
Cannon rush? I think MaddeLisk is going to go for a hatch first. And I think Livibee might also go. No. I'm going to say Livibee goes for a hatch first as well.
Well, it's just pure speculation at this point. I mean, hatch first is pretty standard. It's a little bit dangerous on this map because there's such a big opening, but not really that much.
And I'm already
So,
wrong.
pool first for
I
both
am
people. Yeah,
completely wrong.
I was gonna say this map is probably one of the maps you have to be careful about hatch firsting because it's very hard to sort of get choke points. There's so much open area. It's kind of a long walking distance from one to the other, so you can't quite get your queens there if you need. So both players playing safe, which is probably what we would imagine here.
Yeah. You know what? I'm happy I was wrong because the thought process between hatch first was that either player would kind of underestimate her opponent just a little bit to go for the pool first instead of the hatch first.
Yeah, and we see the first very minor deviation. I mean, Livibee dropping 15 hatch, 16 hatch, is a little bit more economical for MaddeLisk, but I mean, we can see there's like milliseconds difference here. It's 5 seconds difference. So if you're wondering, that's the difference between 15 and 16. It's about 5 seconds. And so far, mirror matchup living up to its name, except Livibee taking a much earlier gas here than MaddeLisk.
You know what? This is going to be an interesting choice here. Uh, this should mean that Livibee is going to put on the aggression in this game. Generally in a ZVZ, one player aggresses, the other one defenses, and we go on from there.
Yep, gas finally going down for MaddeLisk. But so MaddeLisk is playing this much more, not greedy, but much more economically minded here. And I would say Livybee's a little bit more towards the standard. You can tell that little adjustments like the 16 hatch there, opting for a little bit later gas, just going to give her the edge here in droning. To get started, her mineral income is going to start to be ever so slightly, I mean, these aren't big advantages, but ever so slightly more than Livibee on the other side. Livibee sending 2 lings in here to scout. We're not going to see anything too out of the ordinary.
Nah, definitely not. In fact, she's going to be scared at how well this game has been mimicked. Almost scared.
Well, they are going to get a drone kill, and they might be able to get away with their life. So great pickup there by Livibee.
Yeah, that's
a little bit of miscontrol by MaddeLisk, but every little bit helps.
That's unusual. I did not expect to see a massive drone pull like that. Especially, I mean, the queen was around there, but the control was just not there, which is sloppy.
Yeah, and the fact that both of these Zerglings are still alive to be annoying. They are gonna keep scouting here. So great job getting those lings in and keeping them alive by Livibee.
That queen really needs to just kind of hug the bottom of the hatchery there. Cause look at that. Look at that. Are they gonna get another drone?
Oh! Manages to save it.
Clutch.
Very good.
Until that one lane suicides.
That's not going to get there.
Yeah, probably not. Baneling Nest goes down for Livibee, and Evo Chamber goes down for MaddeLisk along with the lair. And this is kind of what I was alluding to. Livibee, with that Baneling Nest, is pretty much going to have to put some damage on here, especially with the Roach Warren and the Evo Chamber already getting down for MaddeLisk.
I really like this this building placement here, opting for that creep tumor to get the creep out. Like, you just take a look at the creep for Livibee is just now getting to this point where you can get this nice wall off, and the creep tumor going down for MaddeLisk, just enabling her to get these things off and start establishing a little bit more of a choke here. So Another great little addition there in play. And now she'll be fully walled off, and she's got a lair almost finished back behind us. Two more Evos going down here.
Yeah, Livibee has definitely, I mean,
Yeah, she
MaddeLisk has
scouts
definitely
lanes
taken
coming.
chances here. Livibee needs to do some damage to actually really... Oh wow, that is a lot of Evo chambers. Holy crap.
Mass upgrades here.
Yeah, I thought the dreaded 5 Evo chamber build. Actually gonna let...
Yeah, I think she was thinking that there was going to be a little bit more of a Ling push than there actually was. So perhaps misreading the situation there. She does cancel 2 of these back behind. Going roaches behind this, we do see +1 missile attack as well. But since MaddeLisk is turtled up, Livibee does a very smart thing here in taking a third.
Yeah,
She's
definitely.
going to have to at least kill one of these before she gets out of her base.
Well, I mean... Yeah, Livibee, she can try and kill off that Roach Warren if she wants. I don't know how successful she'd be in that. She's gonna kill off this one Evo chamber. Which, I don't like the fact that she went with that third Evo to really block. Oh, that's clever.
Doesn't quite get a Baneling.
Yeah, using the broodlings from that destroyed building. That is actually very meta. Spire going down for Livibee along with 5 spine crawlers. She knows that the Roach counter could actually do a lot of damage, and the Roach numbers are starting to get up there. It's going to be up to 10 with Roach speed, and against the force that Livibee has, not a lot is going to be able to stop that.
It's all going to come down to the timing and when she moves out. These spines will definitely be finished, and 5 spines they'll do pretty well against roaches, but remember, these are going to be +1 roaches. However, roaches do not do very well against mutas because they cannot shoot in the upwards direction.
But you see,
like we covered this.
Roaches are kind of the exception to the normal rule there. Roaches are so tanky, and MaddeLisk deals such low DPS that even if you have MaddeLisk, it takes so long to kill off the roaches, they can just do that critical amount of damage before you can kill them off. A little backdoor attack coming in here, going to be deflected by the 3 queens of MaddeLisk.
Yep, Roach is moving out now. Behind this, MaddeLisk taking her expansion, so that makes sense. Livibee hasn't gotten much use except for a few larvae there, and the mutas are going to move in first thing, so we're going to see the age-old muta versus roach. Can the roaches do enough damage here?
Well,
Lots of zerglings getting a good surround. These spine crawlers are going to do quite a bit, and I think Livibee's in a pretty good spot here.
Talk to me in about 4 seconds here, and yeah, that's definitely a really nice defense there by Livibee. Yes, she lost a lot of lings, but lings are expendable at this point. The Roach War and the Muta War
the
is
Link's
what's
just
important.
trapping the roaches there in range of the spine. She only lost 1 spine there. Take a look at resources lost here, almost full for MaddeLisk, what Livibee has. And now she's got mutas on the field and is going to be able to start taking map control here.
Yeah,
she has a third already established. MaddeLisk just now getting up, and she's going to actually struggle to defend this against these mutas.
Yeah, Livibee taking a commanding lead after that. The big part of that wasn't really the mutas or the spine crawler, it was the lings. The lings kept the roaches kind of in place and forced them to not target spine crawlers for the longest amount of time. I'm going to have to cancel
Yeah, this
this
hatch
phase.
definitely getting canceled here. So MaddeLisk pretty much trapped on 2 base against a 3 basing muta player here. So this is trying to get a little bit dangerous. Will lose a muta there, a little bit of lack of control. Want to avoid these spores as much as possible. One more muta does fall here, trying to find the right angle to do some damage here. She's going to be able to get this geyser, but it's going to be careful as there's a wall of queens waddling their way up the ramp here.
Yeah, she's going to have to work her way around, and actually losing these mutalisks very sloppily. Oh my god, how many mutas has she lost?
Lots of mutas lost there.
I count 5. I think she had 10 earlier. 5 mutas is not for really nothing there.
She does have an economic lead here, but you can't throw away 5 mutas for 1 extractor.
No, but you know,
that's not going to do well.
She's nearly double the amount of drones, and she's got 20 roaches on the way. Granted, the upgrades aren't quite so even, but it's 16 roaches to 5.
Yeah, she hasn't taken the gases on her third yet, so you know she's transitioning out of the muta play here. Starting upgrades of her own. So if you open mutas like this, the one thing that you're going to have against a roaching player is you are going to be a little bit behind in upgrades. The MaddeLisk starting character phase now. MaddeLisk took a lot of damage there, so she's not too far ahead. But if that roach push does damage and then you try to switch into back into roaches, you're going to be a little bit behind. And so she's just using these mutas to scout and poke and see if she can get anything done. But pretty much spores everywhere. So
Yeah, spores
not
absolutely
not going
sick.
to get too much done.
But the problem is, spores are minerals lost and drones that have to be converted, and she really kind of overcommitted on spores. How many spores did she have? She got 8 spores out there.
Quite a few, yeah. I think it's a couple more than she needs here. Livibee pushing forward with her roaches here, and there is just not much to defend. A couple infestors here. MaddeLisk churning out as many roaches as she can on her own, but her wall will fall, and that wall is the roach warren, so that's going to eliminate the ability to do more reinforcements. So this could be the final showdown.
Yeah, she takes the fight here, and it's +2 against +1. No carapace on either side, but there's just no fungals. There's just no fungals, and the wall is kind of destroyed anyway. A pretty nice fungal there on that patch of roaches, but there's just not enough. There's just not enough.
There's a
Livibee,
constant stream of reinforcements back behind this. So even if she does manage to kill this first wave,
it's
pretty
not
much
gonna
game over
happen.
here for MaddeLisk because she's losing workers.
I gotta say, I was worried. I was worried for Livibee when that roach push came, because I did not think she would be able to defend it, especially when it was at her front door. The mutas were just starting to peck away at those roaches as they went up the ramp. But like I said, those zerglings just stalled long enough for the spine crawlers and the mutalisks to do damage, and that's kind of what you need to do against roaches versus mutalisks. The mutalisks need to buy time to kill. If you catch them across the map, that's one thing. But when they're at your door like that, you just need to stall with either drones or buildings or just something. Just something.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what MaddeLisk saw that made her think that a Ling All-In was coming there. Because we saw her make that very large wall with the Evos there in the beginning. And I think that sort of got her back. She misread the situation and went into hyper defensive mode, built a lot of queens, and then wasn't really able to get anything done there with the roach push. So great job by Livibee of just taking it.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
a very, very